Well, this is the No BS Dental Growth Podcast, and I'm calling BS on that if you're saying that. AI is going to be the biggest thing to change business since the internet. And I'll tell you the truth, a lot of these companies are stretching the truth a little bit just so they can get AI in front of their products or services to make it look like they're innovative and like they're doing these next wave things. AI can help determine what treatment they were looking at, like I said before, and then send them that personalized follow-up.
Welcome to the No BS Dental Growth Podcast, a podcast that helps dentists win in the online world of modern-day marketing. Each week, we cover the most cutting-edge marketing tactics and strategies that are working right now across our client base to drive leads, phone calls, and more new patients for dentists. Now, here's your host and founder of No BS Dental Growth, Chris Pistorius.
Hi, welcome to the No BS Dental Growth Podcast. I am your host, Chris Pistorius, and today we've got a very hot topic for you that you're going to get a lot of great information out of that you can start using today to help you grow your dental practice. We're going to talk about AI and the impacts on AI in dentistry. You know, I talk to a lot of dentists every day, as you know, and when I ask them about AI and how they're using it, I get a lot of hesitation. I get a lot of, oh, that's fake. I get that. You know, there's a lot of negative press out there about AI and what it is and what it isn't. So I'm going to start doing a series of these podcasts on AI and how I see other dental practices using it. I'm going to show you how we use it here in our agency at Kickstart Dental Marketing. And I'm going to try to ease a little bit of that fear. I think AI is going to be a very positive thing. It's not going to go away. And I personally believe that AI is going to be the biggest thing to change business since the internet. I truly believe that. And what's crazy is AI is really already changing the way business market themselves and really how they run their business. If you look around, it seems like every product or service puts AI in front of whatever their service is. And I'll tell you the truth, a lot of these companies are stretching the truth a little bit just so they can get AI in front of their products or services to make it look like they're innovative and like they're doing these next wave things. And, so now you see AI everywhere. I see it on golf clubs now. I'm a big golfer and I see like these newest drivers that come out are like AI engineered or something. I'm like, all right, well, hopefully that helps me hit the ball further and straighter. We'll see. I doubt it. But like I said, it's already changing the way businesses market themselves. I talk a lot about how AI works with marketing just because I'm a marketer. Really, dental practices should be no exception. You know, the days, I believe, of running a Google ad and really hoping for the best are over. If you're not at least starting to think about AI and what it can do for you, you're going to fall behind your competition. But what does it really mean to fall behind your competition in regards to AI? So how is AI making marketing any smarter or business any smarter? And why does it matter to your practice at all? So in this segment, I'm going to talk about and really try to break down exactly how AI is transforming dental marketing, what it can do that traditional methods maybe can't, and why you need to start paying attention to it pretty quickly before your competitors do. And here's a little bonus. Your competitors are already starting to take advantage of this stuff. So let's talk a little bit about how AI is already changing marketing and business. You know, really, first of all, let's talk about what AI is actually doing in marketing today. AI is making marketing a little bit more efficient. It's more targeted and way more personalized in a scalable way. And here's a few ways how. So like AI analyzes data quicker and in ways that humans can't. We use it in our agency now, and it's amazing what we can do. Kind of think about your current marketing strategy, right? And hopefully you have one. How do you know which one of your ads, ad campaigns is actually bringing in the best patients? Right? Really know for sure, right? And not just trust somebody else to tell you that. And I don't mean just like the most clicks, or I'm talking about the best quality patients. The ones who actually show up and accept treatment and spend money, most importantly. AI can analyze all of this data if you know how to use it. All these website visits and clicks and calls and impressions and all this stuff that your agency or your marketer probably says is so awesome. And this data and AI can tell you exactly what is working and what's not. And it's not biased. It doesn't care if you buy Google ads or not. It's just looking to find out what's going to work the best for you to get more new patient conversions. So this means you're really no longer guessing where to spend your marketing budget. AI makes your marketing dollars work smarter, not necessarily harder, right? So think about a world where you're not just throwing up against a whole bunch of stuff up against the wall and you're hoping something sticks, right? I've told everybody before, hope is not a business strategy that you should rely on. So number 2, let's talk about how AI helps personalize patient interactions. You know, patients today get a bunch of junk. They get junk mail, they get junk email, they get spam everywhere. We're seeing an influx in, or at least I am, in spam text messages, right? So they don't know really what to trust or who to trust. Well, let me give you a little tip in marketing. The more personalized that you can make your marketing towards a customer, a patient, the better off it is going to convert. Because if you can relate to people directly, right? Like if I could send this podcast out and I could name each person specifically, Tom, Bill, Margaret, Sally, so that when they watched it, it would just say their names, that would be way more impactful than this one I'm just sending out because I don't know everybody's names, right? Well, AI can't quite do that yet, but AI does allow you to send very customized messages to potential patients based on their behavior. For instance, like what pages on a website they go to. So think about if, somebody goes to a dental implant page on your website, and then you could automatically send a communication to that person talking about the dental implants that they just looked at. I know it sounds a little scary, and by the way, doing what I just said is possible right now, and it's absolutely legal and good to go. So that's just one example. Or let's say that a patient visits your website but doesn't book an appointment. So just instead of trying to blast them with generic, hey, come back, or $49 exam and x-ray special, AI can help determine what treatment they were looking at, like I said before, and then send them that personalized follow-up. So like for instance, we have a service that we use for clients that is working incredibly well, and it's actually direct mail. Yeah, I know, the digital marketing guy talking about direct mail, right? So imagine this. Somebody goes to your dental implant page. We know their name and their mailing address just by them visiting your website most of the time. Not all the time. About 70% of the time, we know their name and their physical mailing address. So, and we know what page they go to on your website or what page is. But if they're spending a lot of time, for instance, on your implant page, that's telling me they're likely pretty interested in implants, right? So what we'll do is we automatically, using AI and some other automations, we'll get that information, name, mailing address. We'll have a postcard already designed that we design, and we send that out the same day in the mail, snail mail, so that in a couple of days, after being on your dental implant page, all of a sudden they get a postcard about dental implants and maybe a free consultation or some very good call to action. It's amazing what you can do with this stuff, and we're just really at the tip of the iceberg here on what this is going to be able to do for us. And oh, by the way, on that postcard, it doesn't just a generic message, it actually has their name on it, right? Isn't that crazy? So I guarantee that they're paying attention to that. Way more than just a generic postcard that you're sending out to every new mover that might be in the market, and you hope that 1% of those people even respond to that. That kind of personalization is huge, and it will increase your bookings and appointments dramatically, and it makes your marketing dollars all that more efficient.
Are you looking to grow your practice, but are a little unclear on what the best way is? Let us help you out. We have over 13 years of experience in helping practices just like yours increase new patient growth. Just go to kickstartdental.com and sign up for a free strategy session where we will give you some great insights on how to take your practice to the next level.
Moving on to number 3, AI can predict patient behavior to optimize ads. Biggest mistakes I see dentists make is spending money on ads that don't work. Traditional ad targeting is based on sometimes broad demographics, age, location, interests. That's so old school. I used to work for AOL Time Warner. That shows you how old I am, right? And that's what we did back then, 20 some years ago. We couldn't even do some of that, but we'd sell banner ads and we put them in locations where we think that the client's demographics are showing up. That stuff still goes on today, and dentists spend a lot of money on that. And guess what? They wind up calling me or somebody like me and they say, I'm spending all this money with XYZ and I'm not getting anything for it. Well, that's why. The innovation is not happening with your agency or whoever's doing your marketing. But with AI, you can go much deeper than this. AI, with the right data, can predict which patients are most likely to not only click on your ad, but actually book an appointment. And it does this by analyzing massive amounts of data. What people search for, how they interact with your website, and even how they engage with your competitors. The result? Well, you probably guessed it. Your ads are reaching the right people at the right time. And folks, let me tell you, there's nothing prettier in marketing than when you reach your right people at the right time. It's complete harmony. So your cost per lead goes down, your cost per acquisition goes down. That's what you're looking for, okay? So let me talk a little bit more about why traditional marketing methods are really not enough anymore. You know, I know some dentists might be thinking, I've been running Google and Facebook ads for years. Why do I need AI? Well, here's the problem. The way that people interact with marketing is absolutely changing. And old school methods just aren't cutting it anymore. I can't believe that I'm saying that Google and Facebook ads are old school methods, right? But that's kind of where we're headed. I got a dentist the other day, signed up with us. And she didn't find me on Google. She didn't find me by word of mouth. It wasn't Facebook. She used ChatGPT, which is an AI tool, to do a search for the best dental marketing practice near me, or I can't remember what she said. And we were one of the companies that came up. That's just the tip of the iceberg as well. People are starting to use ChatGPT and other AI tools as search engines, as a replacement to Google, Bing, Yahoo. So we're starting to slowly see that shift. And once that shift gains momentum, it's going to be a quick movement, I believe. If you're running these ads without AI-driven optimization, you're probably spending more than you need to. AI automatically adjusts your ad spend based on what's actually working. If a campaign is bringing in bad leads, AI will shift your budget to the campaign that's actually converting better with higher quality patients. No human can make those decisions as fast as AI. I don't care if you've got Jimmy down the road or you've got Kickstart Dental Marketing. A human is not going to be able to make those decisions and move money that fast before you spend a bunch of money. I always tell my folks here at Kickstart, like, we're going to fail. I've been doing this, we're in our 16th year here now at Kickstart, and we're going to fail. But the difference is that I want to fail fast. I know that sounds crazy, but if you're going to fail fast so that you can move on and get to the right spot, right? Well, AI is allowing you to do that at record speed. It's predicting when you're going to fail and already moving money based on the outcomes. So another way is manual follow-ups. These manual follow-ups, lead to lost patients. This is really a big one that a lot of dentists, I think, and orthodontists really overlook. How many new patient inquiries does your front desk lose because they don't follow up quickly enough? I know you're thinking, oh, my front desk does well. That's not a problem. Well, this is the No BS Dental Growth Podcast, and I'm calling BS on that if you're saying that. So part of my process when I bring on a new client is that I test it. I fill out a form on their website, or I interact with their chat bot, whatever it might be. And I wait to see how long it takes them to respond to me. And you would be appalled. Probably less than 20% of the time it is actually a quick response. Because here's the problem. If somebody fills out a form on your website to be a new patient or get more information, they're not just going to sit there and twiddle their thumbs and wait for you to call, are they? They're going to go down to the next dentist on the list, and they're going to call them, text them, do whatever, and it kind of turns into this game of whoever responds first is going to win. So you've got to really think about that at the front desk and how AI can help with that, because AI-powered automations can ensure that every lead is followed up with instantly through text, email, even phone calls. And this prevents these potential patients from slipping through the cracks. I mean, think about it. If a patient reaches out and doesn't get a response fast, they're moving on. You would. People are impatient these days. They want instant gratification. And if they don't get it, they're going to keep moving until they do. Another point with AI is that generic marketing doesn't convert as well as AI personalized campaigns. We talked about it. Most dental marketing that you get out there is pretty generic. And there's a reason, especially if you've hired a company to do it. Most dental marketing companies, mine excluded, of course, are huge companies. They've got hundreds of clients. So how do they manage that without, over hiring people and they can't make money? Well, they automate, and not in a good way. They take their dental marketing or their orthodontic marketing campaign off the shelf, and that's the same campaign that they use for every dentist or orthodontist that they bring on. no matter if it's in LA, in El Paso, in New York City, or in Farina, Illinois, a little bitty town in the middle of nowhere. And guess what? It doesn't get good results because people in all of these different cities and states are much different demographically. They search Google differently. They speak differently. Keywords are different for them. But guess what? The big agencies out there trying to do this manually, they don't have time to customize for each demographic, right? So, it's very important that, you start innovating with your advertising because this old stuff, this old way of doing things is not going to cut it anymore. And if it is cutting it right now, my prediction is it won't for a very long time. So patients want messages that feel tailored to them, customized, right? And so these ads can really start doing that. And the more personalization and the more demographically appropriate targeted messaging that you can do will lead to more booked appointments and a higher case acceptance because you're bringing in more of your ideal patients, right? Do you know who your ideal patients are? I hope so, because if not, then we're kind of hoping again, right? Sit down and identify who it is you want to walk through that door. Who's your ideal patient, right? And then once you've got that, then you figure out why you're unique for them. Why are you different than the 50 other practices in the area that's competing for that same patient? What separates you, right? That's when you really have the base of a good marketing campaign. And AI can help with both of those things as well. So kind of the bottom line here is AI makes your marketing smarter if you use it correctly. And what's the big takeaway here? AI isn't just some futuristic robot technology. It's already here. And it's already making a massive difference in marketing. And the dentists who embrace AI now are going to be way ahead of their competition in just a couple of years, if that. I'm already seeing it. And the ones who ignore it, well, they're going to be playing catch up, and they might not be able to catch up. Again, I said this is going to be the best thing business-wise since the internet, okay? For those of you that are old enough like me, an old person, and you remember when the internet kind of just started, right? There was a lot of hesitation then as well, right? There was a lot of, I don't need a website. I've got that phone book ad, right? This is that same sort of disruption, okay? This is going from the phone book to the internet. It's just in a different, year. So, and if those dentists out there that made that slow transition from the phone book to a website, they got left behind. And a lot of them didn't make it because of that. And really kind of the best part of implementing AI in your marketing and in your practice as a whole isn't really as complicated or as expensive as you might think. And I think what you're going to find is it's actually cheaper. And now in the next segment that I do, I'm going to talk and walk you through the exact AI marketing tools that you can start using right now. From AI-powered and ad targeting to automated lead follow-ups that help you convert more potential patients into actual appointments. So stick around. This is going to really start getting good. We'll be launching one of these each week with an AI theme or something related very closely. Be sure to hit that subscribe button because then that'll notify you whenever I drop a new episode, just to make sure you're kind of on par with this. And in this next episode, I'm going to share some really specific tools that you can start using immediately to implement into your practice and really start catching up with some of your competition. And more importantly, getting some more of those really valuable patients into your practice. So thanks so much for being here. I really look forward to talking with you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us this week on the No BS Dental Growth Podcast. Make sure to visit our website, kickstartdental.com/podcast, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Spotify, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. If you are ready to grow your practice, then you might want to schedule a free strategy session with us. Just go to kickstartdental.com and click the free strategy session button and give us 15 minutes of your time to change your practice forever. Be sure to tune in next week for our next episode. And thanks for listening to the No BS Dental Growth Podcast by Kickstart Dental Marketing, where dentists go to win online.